Okay, so guess who is kicking off now about Israel wanting to defend itself? Yep, it's the South African government. Of all places, they're kicking off and they're taking Israel to the International Court of Justice. It's a bit of a problem here, which I'm going to explain in this video. First, this is the letter. This was actually a couple of days ago. At the end of December, International Court of Justice. The Republic of South Africa institutes proceedings against the State of Israel and requests the court to indicate provisional measures. The Hague, 29th of December 2023, South Africa today filed an application instituting proceedings against Israel before the International Court of Justice, or ICJ, the principal judicial organ of the United Nations concerning alleged violations by Israel of its obligations under the Convention on the Prevention and Punishment of the Crime of Genocide. So, that's the reality of the situation. That's the letter. That's basically the document's been filed and it's going to happen, right? There's a problem. South Africa has no leg to stand on when it comes to their relationship with the International Court of Justice. I'm just going to give you 2 or 3 examples of why that's the case. First, let's not forget, only a few years ago in 2017, the International Criminal Court finds that South Africa broke the law. And this was obviously a rebellion against the court that happened following the tensions across South Africa, inside the country, and against the government and the state in general. So the relationship with the United Nations, the relationship that they have with international obligations and conventions, not looking too good. But that's just one. What about the rest? Well, in 2016, South Africa wanted to quit International Criminal Court. So you had the Justice Minister saying that the court's obligations are inconsistent with domestic laws giving sitting leaders diplomatic immunity. There's so many rows that South Africa has had with various countries over the last few years, and whether it was the United Nations directly, whether it was certain international treaties, whether it was the International Court of the Criminal Court or the International Court of Justice, various organizations, they've decided to have a bit of a row because they have no respect for the actual government itself for these international obligations. Well, only recently, South Africa decided to move again to quit the ICC over the Putin's arrest warrant, and then they decided to back down. So Putin, according to Politico, Putin could theoretically be arrested if he visits South Africa, which will host a summit later this year, to which Russia is invited. Remember this? Yeah, this is quite recent actually. This is back in, I think, April that this happened, actually quite recently. So, we got the Hamas leadership responding to South Africa, saying, "We highly appreciate that South Africa has submitted a request to the International Court of Justice to begin investigation procedures against the criminal Zionist entity regarding its commission of the crime of genocide against our Palestinian people in the Gaza Strip. South Africa's move is an important step to hold accountable the entity's leaders, the criminals of the era, who committed the most horrific massacres known to humanity." I mean, these people, I don't know what they're drinking, but I need it, because they seem very drunk and happy and weird and delusional. They started this on the 7th of October. They did the massacre. Somehow that doesn't count. But Israel wanting to defend itself and in a very detailed way try to target the actual sites where the leaders of these Islamist groups are. No, that's bad. That's genocide. Yeah. If Israel wanted to do that, it would take about 45 minutes to destroy the whole of the Gaza Strip. And it would take about 2 more hours to destroy the West Bank. But they're not doing it. Ask yourself, why?